Stop ignoring it, folks. If you've got plants in the garden that have overwintered and some are still looking viable to keep in springtime, and I'm talking about chilies, that's what you're looking at, capsicums, even eggplants, well, it's a good time to get out there while the sun's shining and have a look and see if they're still alive. The first telltale sign is basically seeing a little bit of green stem. Now let me get all the dead leaves off here because it's really hard to see, and that's what you should be doing too. Clean them all up. I've left these for a while. This bed here, in fact, folks, has sunken 1/2 metre. It was up here, I kid you not, folks, it was up here where the cloth is. Up to there, the whole thing's gone straight down and it's still active. The soil's nice and moist. I haven't watered it once. It needs some mulching, and we're going to do that. We're going to top all this garden bed up, not to bring it back up to the height because we've got some really good plants still viable in here. We've got some capsicums. You can see the beetroot down below there are growing, and they're sitting in the shade. We spoke about that the other day, growing veggies in the shade, complete shade. Well, the beetroot seem to do pretty well. They're holding off. Can you see the bulbs underneath there? They're starting to form. There's one above ground there, so they'll be pretty active. You may not get the full size growth in the bulb that you'd love because they're not getting the heat of the sun to get more energy into the plant to be able to grow bigger and better and stronger. But still, at the end of the day, they are growing. They're not going backwards. They're just not growing as big. Whereas these capsicums up here, folks, well, we've got some green. Let's go through this in detail because some of you are not quite sure what to do with these plants. So ignore the dead leaves on here, all right? See this dead wood here? See the capsicum on there? Should take that off. I'm cutting it just shy of the green. See where the green growth is there? But we've also got some dieback there. So ultimately this little branch is not going to just get cut here, right? First I'm going to cut it there. That's what I do now to get rid of the tip and the capsicum. You don't need all this in there, it's just waste. And then later, when I see bud swell coming through these little spots here, you know, on the other side, the nodes over here as well, when I start to see bud swell, which I'm not going to see it yet, although I haven't got my glasses, and I'm going to get my camera operator here to tell me, what is this down here? Is that, no, that's an old stem. You can't see it either, can you? I thought it was leaves coming up. Not yet, still a bit early. So you're going to look for bud swell before you go back and give it a prune back to green growth. You need the plant to have sap flowing through it. It needs to flow through, so when you make that cut, just like here, for example, that's the green growth, you want it to heal over. Because it's dead there now, really whatever's happening has already happened. I'm cutting back to dead wood. I'm not intimidating the plant to cause any more dieback. If it does, well, it's still dying back there, and we tend to cut back here. Do not cut them back to where you want them ultimately to start growing again from. It's from that green space. Why? Have a look at the bloody weather. It's sunny, but it's blowy. I'm dressed up and rugged up again. You can see the wind blowing away there. Cold nights, they say it's going to get down to about 8. Sometimes it drops down even lower. It depends where you live. If you've got a great microclimate in your garden, well, go ahead and prune. Your plants will probably be ahead of these, so they may be already growing. So you can prune it back to green growth. Otherwise, wait a little bit longer. Just tidy it up so you're not walking past an unsightly garden and getting disheartened and thinking, I'm not going to grow anything. I can't be bothered. You know, it's a psychological game. You've got to just work through it. Be quick, be smart, and don't be intimidated by crap and others telling you, don't do this, don't do that, like me. I'm still cutting back to dead wood. Nothing fancy, I'm chucking them out for now. See, dead wood there, and dead wood here still. Oh, there's a little bit of life in there. Oh, nah, it's not going to hurt it. Should be right. Just a light tidy up, folks. That's all we're doing. Now, the last thing before we go, eggplants. Most chances are the eggplants are stuffed, or mine are. They were fantastic, so I'm going to plant eggplants in here again. And yes, you can repeat the same plant in the same garden year after year. But this one, we're going to take out, but not by ripping it out. We're basically just going to cut it down to the ground, normally just below, just above, in this case here, dead as a doorknob. Gone. See you later, Jack. So that's out of the garden. We'll compost that, take out the weed, and let's explode the bulbs. I'm going to try and, no, another tip with clover, try and get underneath them. Take them up undisturbed. To tell you why, oh, look at that. We've got the worms in there, baby worms. All right, let's pull this apart. Look at all these worms. Oh, it's happening. So these bulbs here, or these plants here, have the central taproot, and along the sides they grow all these little baby bolets, if that's what you call them. I don't see any on this at the moment. I haven't got my glasses on, but there's probably full in here. The thing about pulling them up is you cause the main bulb to explode and release all its little baby pups or seeds, and then from one plant you've got multiples growing out in the whole garden. This was a bad example, but you know what happens when you do pull them out, so try and take them out in entirety, and normally you'll find more different bulbs and different species will have different habits in growing as well. Clean up your plants. That looks a lot better. The eggplant's gone. We've cleaned that up a little bit, just a couple of little twigs. One more to do over here, because look at this, look at this. Mind you, we've been harvesting already up to recently, because these are still good, really good. There's nothing wrong with them. We put them in our salad and we love it. Nice clean garden, clean up all the dead leaves and dead wood, or would you prefer to leave it like that until spring comes and say, yeah, I might garden now, because I walk past this every day and I really just hate looking at it. So now it's time to clean it up. So get out in your garden, clean it up, top dress it, get your planting mix, get your blackberry, your superfood, your mulch into the garden, and start planting if you've got some seedlings ready, or otherwise get your garden ready to start planting in springtime, because it's only around the corner, literally tomorrow. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com, click and collect available. Our end of winter sale with the extra weekend discount ends at midnight. From me, Vasily, Maresi.